Today's game features the Florida Marlins and the New York Yankees. Here comes Chuck Knobloch. One and oh. That's foul.
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your eyes on the action at all times. Baseball
hit to right field. No problem. One out and nobody on. Next up, Derek Jeter. Hit weakly up the middle. One out, one on. Up next, Paul O'Neill. Change up low and inside. Change up high and away. Hit down the line. Sprayed down the left side. Nice catch. Two outs and one on. Next up, Bernie Williams. One and oh. Hit weakly to the right side. Throw to first. To second. Safe. Safe at first. Two outs and two on. Up next, Tino Martinez. Deep fly ball to center field. No problem. That's the third out with two left aboard. Dead even in the first. Leading off the inning, Todd Dunwoody. Curveball high and away. Change up low and outside. It's a ball. Two balls and one strike. Hit to right field. To second. One on and nobody out. Next up, the shortstop. Caught him looking. Hit weakly to the right side. To second. He's out of there. He's out of there. Two outs, nobody on. Next up, Mark Kotsay. Sprayed down the left side. Two outs and one on. Up next, Cliff Floyd. Slider broke down the middle. Deep fly ball to center field. Easy out. That's the third out with a man stranded. At the top of the second, it's 0-0. Here comes Scott Brocious. Fastball down the middle. 0-1. Hit to right field. Over to first. Safe at first. One on and nobody out. Up next, Chad Curtis. Curveball low and away. 1-0. Hit weakly up the middle. Throw to second. He's out of there. He's out of there. 2 outs, nobody on. Up next, Jorge Posada. One and 0. Fastball down the middle. It's going. It's short. 2 outs and 1 on. Next up, the pitcher. Swung on and missed. That's foul. The count's 1-2. Not even close. Hit weakly to the right side. Throw to first. He's out of there. Dead even in the second. Here comes Derek Lee.
Connected, football unknown, but black directed, no fever, misbeliever, it's a jungle out there. Watch the circle expand and put...
Foul ball. Play made. 1 out and nobody on. Up next, Kevin Ory.
I want a picture, that down with my black foaming. Shirt wasn't tucked in, hair wasn't combing. So nonchalant about the future.
Didn't find the plate. Ball. Low slider. Didn't find the plate. Ball. That's foul. Deep fly ball to left field. Easy catch. 2 outs, nobody on. Up next, Mike Redmond. Hit to right field. 2 outs and 1 on. Up next, Louis Castillo. Deep fly ball to center field. No problem. That's the 3rd out with a man stranded. After 2, it's 0-0. Here comes Chuck Knobloch. That one's headed for the stands. Home run. Nobody out and nobody on. Up next, Derek Jeter.
Join us for the fireworks extravaganza brought to you by EA Sports.
1-0. Pulled down the left side. Easy out. 1 out and nobody on. Up next, Paul O'Neill. That's foul. Curveball outside. Curveball low and away. Hit down the line. Ground ball sprayed down the left side. Over to first. He's out of there. 2 outs, nobody on. Up next, Bernie Williams. Fastball inside. 1-0. Fastball up and in. Chin music. Not even close. Fastball down the middle. Way behind that pitch. Deep fly ball to center field. Easy out. That retires the side. Tight game. Leading off the inning, Ivan Hernandez. Ouch! He nails it. I'll bet that hurt. Up next, Todd Dunwoody. 1-0. Change up low and outside. It's a ball. He locked him up. Deep fly ball to right field. Nice catch. One out, one on. Up next, the shortstop. Curveball outside. 1-0. That one's headed for the stands. It's caught. Caught at the wall. 2 outs and 1 on. Next up, Mark Kotze. Sprayed down the left side. Nice catch. That's the 3rd out with a man stranded. At the top of the 4th, the Florida Marlins trail by 1. Here comes Tino Martinez. Curveball inside. 1-0. Fastball inside. It's a ball. Change up down the middle. That's foul. Fastball outside. It's a ball. He walks him. Next up, Scott Brocious. Hit weakly to the left side. To second. He's out of there. He's out of there. 2 outs, nobody on. Next up, Chad Curtis.
Compliments of refreshing ice gravy.
Fastball high and away. It's a ball. Hit weakly up the middle. 2 outs and 1 on. Next up, Jorge Posada. Deep fly ball to right field. No problem. That's the 3rd out with a man stranded. Tight game. Leading off the inning, Cliff Floyd. Fastball inside. Just missed. Hit weakly up the middle. Over to first. He's out of there. 1 out and nobody on. Up next, Derek Lee. 1-0. middle. Throw to first. He's out of there. 2 outs, nobody on. Up next, Kevin Ory.
Connected, football son knows the black directed. No fever, misbeliever, it's the jungle out there. Watch the circle expand and put...
Foul ball. Fastball inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Change up outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Three balls and 1 strike. He walks him. Next up, Mike Redmond. Fastball down the middle. Two strikes on him. Slider high and tight. The count's even, 2-2. Fastball inside. 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count. Hit weakly up the middle, over to first. He's out of there. At the top of the 5th, the Florida Marlins trail by 1. Leading off the inning, the pitcher. 1-0.
All right, Peanuts, get him here.
Not even close. That's foul. Curveball outside. Hit to right field. 1 on and nobody out. Up next, Chuck Knobloch. Hit weakly to the right side. Throw to second. He's out of there. He's out of there. 2 outs, nobody on. Up next, Derek Jeter. Hit to right field. He's out of there. 3rd out. We go to the bottom of the inning. Tight game. Here comes Louis Castillo. Hit weakly up the middle. Throw to first. He's out of there. 1 out and nobody on. Up next, Livan Hernandez. Hit weakly to the left side. Throw to first. He's out of there. 2 outs, nobody on. Next up, Todd Dunwoody. Curveball inside. The pitcher's fallen behind 2-0. That's foul. Foul ball. It's a ball. He walks in. Up next, the shortstop. One and 0. Curveball inside. The pitcher's fallen behind 2-0. Ground ball pulled down the left side. Throw to first. He's out of there. At the top of the sixth, the Florida Marlins trail by 1. Leading off the inning, Paul O'Neill. One and 0. Hit to right field. Safe at first. One on and nobody out. Next up, Bernie Williams. Here's a pickoff attempt. Safe at first. Safe at first. Fastball down the middle. He locked him up. Hit weakly to the right side. Safe. 2 on and no outs. Up next, Tino Martinez. Deep fly ball to center field. Play made. Out. 1 out and 2 on. Next up, Scott Brocious. Fastball outside. Here's a pickoff attempt. They pick him off. Out. Fastball high and away. The pitcher's fallen behind 2-0. Here's a pickoff attempt. Safe. Hit weakly to the right side. Over to first. He's out of there. That takes care of the side with the man left in scoring position. Tight game. Leading off the inning, Mark Kotsay. Curveball down and in. Sprayed down the left side. Throw to first. Safe. 1 on and nobody out. Up next, Cliff Floyd. That one's headed for the stands. It's caught. Caught at the wall. 1 out, 1 on. Next up, Derek Lee. Way behind that pitch. Slider low and away. Slider outside. Not even close. That's foul. Hit up the right side. To second. Safe. Throw to first. He's out of there. 2 outs and 1 on. Next up, Kevin Ory.
Watching me. I'm one of those things. I got the right one, baby. So it depends on the weather, on the sunshine.
Foul ball. Hit weakly up the middle. Over to first. He's out of there. That's the 3rd out with a runner in scoring position. At the top of the 7th, the Florida Marlins trail by 1. Leading off the inning, Chad Curtis. Hit to right field. Safe. 1 on and nobody out. Up next, Jorge Posada. That one's headed for the stands. Oh, he's been robbed. Caught at the wall. 1 out, 1 on. Up next, the pitcher. Fastball down the middle. 0-1. Hit weakly to the left side. To second. Safe at second. Throw to first. He's out of there. 2 outs and 1 on. Up next, Chuck Knobloch. Oh and 1. It's a ball. Two balls and 1 strike. Slider high and tight. Not even close. Foul ball. Hit weakly up the middle. And a run scores. 2 outs and 1 on. Next up, Derek Jeter. Deep fly ball to center field. Safe. 2 outs and 2 on. Next up, Paul O'Neill. Fastball down the middle. 0-1. Not even close. He got all of that. It's gone.
Let's go! Do something!
2 outs, nobody on. Next up, Bernie Williams. Foul ball. One ball and 1 strike. Another ball. Hit to center field. 2 outs and 1 on. Up next, Tino Martinez. Hit weakly to the right side. Throw to first. He's out of there. That's the 3rd out with a man stranded.
7-inning stretch.
Leading off the inning, Mike Redmond. Fastball down the middle. Hit weakly down the line. He's out of there. 1 out and nobody on. Up next, Louis Castillo. Oh and 1. Hit weakly up the middle. Over to first. He's out of there. 2 outs, nobody on. Next up, the pitcher. It's a ball. The pitcher's fallen behind 2-0. Ground ball sprayed down the left side. Throw to first. He's out of there. At the top of the 8th, the Florida Marlins trail by 5. Leading off the inning, Scott Brocious. Slider high and outside. Pulled down the left side. 1 on and nobody out. Next up, Chad Curtis. Not even close. The pitcher's fallen behind 2-0. Hit to center field. No problem.
Out.
1 out, 1 on. Up next, Jorge Posada. Slider low and away. Not even close.
All right, who needs lemonade?
Foul ball. Slider low and away. Fastball low and inside. Didn't find the plate. Ball. He walks him. Next up, the pitcher. Slider outside. Hit to center field. And a run scores. 1 out and 2 on. Next up, Chuck Knobloch. Didn't find the plate. Ball. Curveball low and away. The pitcher's fallen behind 2-0. That one's headed for the stands. Home run.
Let's go!
1 out and nobody on. Up next, Derek Jeter. Hit to center field. 1 out, 1 on. Up next, Paul O'Neill. Fastball up and in. Chin music. Hit weakly to the right side. Safe at second. 1 out and 2 on. Up next, Bernie Williams. Here's a pickoff attempt. Safe. Safe. Curveball down and in. Didn't find the plate. Ball. The pitcher's fallen behind 2-0. Slider inside. Caught him looking. Another pickoff play. Safe. Safe at first. He walks him. Up next, Tino Martinez. Fastball low and away. Fastball outside. Fastball down the middle. Way behind that pitch. Here's a pickoff attempt. Safe. Safe at first. That one's headed for the stands. It's caught. Caught at the wall. And a run scores. 2 outs and 2 on. Next up, Scott Brocious. Fastball up and in. Chin music. That's foul. Deep fly ball to center field. Nice catch. That's the third out with 2 left aboard. No contest. Here comes Todd Dunwee. Low slider. 1-0. Hit up the middle. Throw to first. He's out of there. 1 out and nobody on. Up next, the shortstop. Not even close. Hit to center field. 1 out, 1 on. Up next, Mark Kotsay. One and 0. Foul ball. Deep fly ball to right field. Easy out. 2 outs and 1 on. Up next, Cliff Floyd. Fastball high and away. It's a ball. Deep fly ball to right field. No problem. That's the third out with a man stranded. No contest. Leading off the inning, Chad Curtis. Hit to right field. 1 on and nobody out. Next up, Jorge Posada. Foul ball. Deep fly ball to center field. Nice catch. Out. 1 out, 1 on. Up next, the pitcher. Didn't find the plate. Ball. Slider high and tight. Swoosh. 2 balls and 1 strike. Here's a pickoff attempt. Safe at first. Hit weakly to the right side. To second. He's out of there. Over to first. No contest. Leading off the inning, Derek Lee.
Watching me. I'm one of those things. I got the right one, baby. So it depends on the weather, on the sunshine.
Not even close. Oh, he's hit by the pitch. Next up, Kevin Ory.
I want a picture. That down on my back phony. Shirt wasn't tucked in, hair wasn't phony. So nonchalant about the
1-0. Hit weakly up the middle. Throw to second. He's out of there. He's out of there. 2 outs, nobody on. Up next, Mike Redmond. Fastball inside. It's a ball. Hit to center field. 2 outs and 1 on. Up next, Louis Castillo. Hit up the middle. Throw to first. He's out of there. And that's the ball game. The New York Yankees win the game.